really cool seeing the Tauntauns. The thing I like about what's going on with the Mandalorian is it's got a lot of Empire Strikes Back feel to it. We're seeing snowtroopers back. We're seeing Tauntauns. I'm seeing AT-ATs in the snow. So I think they're really trying to like get some sort of Empire Strikes Back feel in here, and I feel it. And so I'm excited for like that little portion of it. It's making me excited.
I'm with you, man. I feel like they kind of teased us with that Super Bowl trailer. Like they gave us the little bit of trolling with the beer commercial. And then it's like everyone was anticipating such like, I thought they'd write the check for the Super Bowl, and then they popped that little thing out, and then we get a little bit, and then here we are a few days later, and we get that heater of a trailer that kind of gives us a little more information on what we're going to be looking at for that movie.
Dude, so excited for I yeah, people were hating on that trailer, and I was like, I don't. First of all, I think they're spending all their budget they can on this movie. Dave Filoni promised us that he's going to put everything he can in this thing. So, like, I mean, I don't know what they expect, like a whole minute long in a Super Bowl. You know how much millions and millions of dollars that is to even have a second on there. So I think it was a perfect little trailer for the Super Bowl. I don't know why people were upset, and for you to see a tauntaun on screen again, I don't know, man. It's bringing a classic feel. I like what they did, and I thought it was funny.
It, oh,
Mm. Do you guys have a big delay? And do you guys hear like double?
no, I'm hearing Homeboy perfectly. I'm hearing you guys like perfectly.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe I'm tweaking.
everything sounds great.
There
Everything
we go.
sounds
I got
great.
it.
We're
It's
good.
clean.
You
We're
got it.
back.
I think everything is finally good. But yeah, one thing I will say when we were watching the Super Bowl, I was like, wait a second, man. I'm like, I thought we were getting a trailer and nothing was like officially leaked. Nothing by Disney or Lucasfilm was like, hey, we're getting a trailer on Super Bowl Sunday. And no one said that. It was just more of like, through the wire. Like, cause we're Star Wars fans. We know when things come out early, we know when things are about to happen. But I was like, "Oh man, is this it right here? Is this the thing?" But once I heard the glorious voice of Sam Elliott, I was like, "It's fine. I will wait for a trailer." I was like, "Man, that's crazy." But that's the thing too is if they let what was the trailer like almost 2 minutes, the official one we got.
Hmm.
So, you can only imagine how much Disney and Lucasfilm would have had to spend for that Super Bowl slot. I mean, even the 30-second little trailer that they did, that was 10 million. So could you imagine how much it would have been for a full-length trailer? Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like do we
Yeah.
spend 30 million now, or do we spend 10 million and then release it for our regular costs in 3 days? It's like,
Literally. Like is this what we're moving towards? Or do we just give the people 2 weeks
Yeah.
and see what they think?
Yeah. Now, I'm glad that they didn't show like an actual movie trailer at the Super Bowl. I don't want to know what's gonna happen. I want no clue. I want to go in this thing and I just want to be like surprised. I don't We know what Grogu and Mandu is. Like we know what's going on with them. Like we know kind of like what could happen, but dude, shock. I want to like not kind of not episode 7 shock, but I do want to
Mm,
be shocked. So I'm glad that they created their own like outside like just funny concept trailer, just like 2-second thing, just to like show us like this is such a big deal that we don't have to give you guys everything for you to be excited for it. So I think it was really smart.
right. Yeah, that's a good shout because especially like if you aren't too deep into wanting to look online, Reddit threads, see what people are, talking about. If you want something clean and crisp, I mean, that was the ideal Super Bowl slot for a commercial. Now, looking back at it, was I a little disappointed at first? Like, yes, because I thought we were getting a trailer, but that's just me getting my hopes up. That's my fault. So, no
Brandon and I
biggie
were
there.
texting Brandon and I were texting each other like, "Dude, where is this at?" And then he sends me a message at the end of the like after the game's over, like, "Oh, dog, it's earlier in the game. It was this bit."
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
"Oh,
it.
okay."
Lovely.
Oh, you didn't
But
even see
yeah,
it live?
No, I missed it.
yeah, it was right at the beginning of the game. It was like I think it was during the first quarter.
Okay, I don't. I don't know, remember my wife made me go to Walmart to get a freaking rotisserie chicken like during the middle of it, and so I had it in my car, and it played when I was in my car, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is it." And I like literally almost got in an accident. I was like, "Oh no!"
Is that
I
Sam
was like,
Elliott?
"Tauntauns!" I could like, yeah.
Sam?
I was
What?
like, "Damn it!"
That's crazy,
So that
man.
was funny. I
Awesome.
made sure I didn't miss it though. So
Yeah, that you had to lock in, man. I mean, Sam Elliott, like Tauntauns, Mando, Grogu. You know, Grogu using the Force. It was great. I mean, good stuff, man. Um, but before we start talking about the official trailer and what we think's gonna go on going forward in the movie, let's go ahead and see what's going on in the chat. We got Mando United as always, never fashionably late, always
Never,
on time.
never miss yet. Always, yep, always
He's
here.
here. We got Mr. Noah from A More Civilized Podcast. Go check out his podcast. Just started that
Hey,
up.
yep, love to have him.
Brandon Baker in the building. What's up, Clan B and John Greening? What's up, man? How's it going? Mando and Grogu. I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer dropped and its peak, and it looks good. Hell yeah, it does. It's beautiful. More of a shadow drop. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Cool. Yeah.
I like shadow drops, man.
Yeah, you got to have the shadow drops. I mean, it helps and it keeps everything fresh. But okay, so we're looking at the actual trailer of the Mandalorian and Grogu. So it was absolute cinema. It just was. You know, you gotta sit back and accept that it was just beautiful. It was great. What was the biggest thing that stood out to each of you in this trailer?
What do you think, John? I got to hear yours first. I know you have an
I
interesting take.
I've been preaching the Shadow Council. So for me, like that's like the one thing that I really want to see what happens with that. Like I've been for me, like the big return has been Thrawn, Pelion. We have part of the Imperial Remnant with the Shadow Council. Like that we're gonna see that kind of play into this next era of Star Wars. Um, and that's where it's like I really wanna see where that goes. Like, I'm kind of a like you said, like, with these, the nostalgic feeling of Empire Strikes Back, like, to me, that's one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Like, to see where we're going with the Imperial side and to kinda see how that plays out, he gets the sabacc deck where it's like, "We're gonna hunt down all your warlords, all your blah, da, blah, da, blah," and it's like, "Okay, are we going after each of these guys? Because 'Cause that'll play into how that affects the First Order, how that affects Thrawn, how that affects the supply lines of the Imperial Remnant." That's kinda what I'm really interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this movie is going to be a closure to a lot of things. So it's going to be a closure to, I think, Rebels. Dave Filoni kind of got cut off there with season 7 of Clone Wars, so I think there might have been some unfinished business somewhere in there. Then we have this big gap to the sequels also. So I think that what they're going to have to do to this is kind of put a pin in this chapter to move on from the sequel issue that they had, and there's just so much weight on this movie that Dave Filoni's responsible for, and especially him now being the creator of Star Wars, like him being one of the leads now. I just think that he got a lot of free reign in this, and it's really going to have to put a pin in this chapter, and it's going to really have to end with a bang to get Star Wars to be projected into the next phase. Because I kind of feel
Mhm.
like almost like a not like an end game level thing going on here, because it really isn't. I don't think that intense, but it's intense to the fact that it's going to start the next chapter of Star Wars, and another generation is going to be starting with this movie. A lot of people, are going to be growing up seeing this movie for the first time, and it's a closure to all of us Star Wars fans who are, 25, 30 years old. It's going to be a closure to that. So I think this just is a chapter puller. I don't think season 3 of The Mandalorian, even though I love The Mandalorian, I don't think it did it for a lot of people. So I think this really
Mm.
has to be a high stake movie. I think someone's not going to make it past this.
Someone's gonna kick the
And
bucket.
someone big is gonna kick the bucket, dude. Like, if it was Grogu, that'd be stupid. But I think there's
Yeah.
gonna be like a big reveal. Either Grogu's gonna turn into the next Mandalorian Jedi, or there's gonna be some sort of um connection between him and Yoda, or something else, but it's gonna be big. Something's gonna happen here at the end of this movie.
So if we're gonna project into that next chapter, does that next chapter not involve Din Djarin? Does he die in the movie?
I think
The
one of the
Mandalorian?
things that
Yeah.
I think one of the things you can take with that is the Mandalorian isn't a specific person. You know, you can ride the Mandalorian just like we were kind of talking about with Grogu for the next 30 years if you wanted to. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
could in theory switch who the Mandalorian that is and who the focus is on throughout the years and as time goes on. So it's like, you know, it could be Pedro Pascal calling it, you know, time. And if his character you know, if he's the one that kicks the bucket at the end of the series, okay, we still have the ability to have a Mandalorian. It's like we can still move forward with that, tell someone's story. It may just not be, you know, the one we're used to.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm feeling is like something in the trailer, whether you know it was just for theatrical trailer reasons, like it gives you that doubt, like, ooh, this ain't looking good for you know our hero. Because I mean, how many times has Din Djarin almost died? And it's like, oh, here comes Grogu to save the day. Here comes Death Watch to save the day. Here comes you know Boba Fett to save the day. You know stuff like that.
Here comes Embo to
Um,
save the
Yeah.
day.
yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Is it's like the look that Pedro Pascal had on his face, it reminds me of The Last of Us. It reminds me of the scene in Game of Thrones when he goes, you know, it's just he has that. I don't know if it's Pedro Pascal's acting style to where it's like you know this dude's about to you know eject from the cast, you know, by next episode. And is that what it is? Or also we know that Din Djarin gets his helmet removed. We see that in the trailer. So now he has to
Mhm.
go back to Mandalore again.
Ah,
Are we gonna do that in the next like, or are they gonna do that off screen? We're not gonna go back to Mandalore. He's not gonna go back to the living waters
to
just to
perform the
redeem
right.
himself again.
Yeah.
So, and also, I mean, seeing if anyone sees Pedro Pascal in a trailer or they're like, oh, he's in this movie, they're either gonna have a little bit of fatigue just because you know he's just been a hot Hollywood actor right now, or it's because this is his farewell tour in Star Wars. That would be crazy. And what does that do for Grogu's character if he dies? You know? So I don't know.
Mm, no, for sure. Like, how many chapters could be closing? You know, like, is this the end of Boba Fett? Is this the
Mm.
end of the Mandalorian? Is this you know, is the death of the Mandalorian going to be the thing that projects Grogu? Because what is he like? 60, 70 years old now? Is this
Yeah,
what
he's
gets
just like
him
yeah.
started on? Yeah, start on his like journey because he's the same age as Vader, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's just going to be some big shocks. I think we're going to get a lot of really good cinema. I think Dave knows what the Star Wars people needs and wants, and I think that we're going to walk away from this movie being completely entertained and looking forward to the new chapter and missing some characters. I think this could be a closure to a lot of things here, and I think they have, you know, if anything I know about um who's the guy that created next to Filoni, who's his
Favreau.
Favreau?
the guy that does Iron Man and everything. Yeah, knowing Favreau, how he did Marvel and how he tied everything so good over 20 years, I think because they're kind of free ranging on this movie and they finally got the movie, I think that he's going to be helping with a really smart closure and entering of something new. So um, I don't know. I think that we're going to be shocked with whatever happens, and I think it's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward to this. I have no doubt in this movie whatsoever.
No.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
and
It's I have so many people commenting like on YouTube, you know, like the haters as you should say, and they're just like, dude, like I'm not thrilled with the trailer views. And it's like, what, 10 mil in 3 days? You're not thrilled with that? What's that supposed to mean? People are going to the movie. The movie's gonna do well. I just
yeah,
don't see a world where it flops, you know, as people are saying. There's just no chance.
Yeah.
I would be genuinely surprised. Like I would probably make a post on my story and be like, I'm sorry for ever having hope that this movie would be great because the trailer alone was beautiful. So I don't see how the movie's not good. I just don't. Grogu dies. Okay, I don't like what are we doing? You know, there goes your merch tickets out the window. There goes all your Walmart and Target sales. They're out the window. Grogu, no, that's just not happening. It's just not. Movie's gonna do well.
Well, in Cat Williams' words, a hater's job is to hate, so let them hate. So, like, you gotta let them do their job. And then, like,
That is
secondly,
facts.
one thing that I with Filoni and Favreau, it's like, Brandon, you've kind of talked about this a lot, but it's like they've already had such a good experience in the Marvel universe, collecting characters, telling their stories, putting them together for this endgame fight. And it's kind of like what they're are they going to implement any of this into that Ahsoka season
Mm.
2 of the buildup of characters, the collection of forces and things like that, and then kind of set the stage for like where are we at in the galactic universe? Like where is everybody? Where as a chessboard? Where are all the pieces?
Yeah. Chat, what do we think? If Din Djarin dies in this movie, how sad are we? What are we doing? Depending on how it happens, I might cry in the movie. I ain't even lying. He's
It's
like
been
the
6 years since the
Mandalorian.
Star Wars movie. I'm ready to cry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I felt bad when like when Leia passed away in The Rise of Skywalker. I remember being in the movie and just being like, "Oh my god, they're all gone now." You know what I'm saying? Han, Luke, and Leia, and I was just like, "No." But
No.
Din Djarin, dude, like the Mandalorian projected me back into Star Wars. You know, like I did enjoy the sequel trilogy. It was fun going to the movies and stuff, but it's just like the Mandalorian and it's in the timeline that it's in, post Return of the Jedi, like I'm in and I love everything about it. It got me back into Star Wars, but I don't know, dude. I don't know if I could if Din Djarin dies, man. I don't know what I would do. I would be lost. A little piece of me would die.
I'd be cooked, chat.
Mm. What
What?
do we got?
Wait, what about Bo-Katan?
She's living her best life on Mandalore right now.
Oh, dude, she legs crossed on the throne, chilling. Maybe with a broken dark saber, trying to fix that bad boy.
Crying over it like Vegeta trying to become a Super Saiyan.
Literally. I don't, dude. I
That's
love
so
me some
funny.
Bo-Katan, man. I think if she was like I mean, she's
She could be the
technically,
Mandalorian, you know?
yeah, she's technically the ruler of Mandalore at this point. She reunited all the Mandalorians after Grogu's like indictment to the Mandalorian culture, like he was written into the song.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Bo-Katan was right there, front and center, outside of the armorer. So, and I
She
don't think
saw
the armorer would
Yeah.
want to lead the Mandalorians. I think she knows
no,
her role. I don't think she wants to be the one.
she's an
So yeah, it'd
advisor,
have to be Bo.
Yeah.
and she saw a
Did
mythosaur.
did
Like
you hear
we got.
what? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it, big dog.
And she didn't tell anyone. You're right, dude. You just reminded me of that. No,
Yeah,
no
she told the
worries.
armor, and the armor was
Two
like, "Well,
things.
if you
First of all,
saw
the
it
mythosaur
and you
thing.
saw
Yeah,
it."
like we just,
crazy.
yeah, like, and she just didn't say anything. So why didn't she say anything? There's got to be, dude. Wait? Is the mythosaur going to come out in this movie? Are we gonna like? Is Grogu gonna ride the mythosaur? I'd never even thought about this until right now.
Grogu, bro. Yeah, maybe Grogu like is on the mythosaur, and then he like force pulls Bo-Katan up onto the mythosaur, or she hits her jetpack up there, and they both ride it, and then they wipe out who the maybe they wipe out the huts on the
Bro,
mythosaur. That'd be dope.
oh my
And
god, dude. Yeah, I forget. And there's just like a Rancor just like slaps the Rancor. Like, oh my gosh, dude. I don't
Boba
know.
Fett somehow
I think,
arrives to the scene.
yeah, yeah. It just gets tossed. Like, I don't know. They kind of dwindled him down a little bit. Um, I don't know. I think with Bo-Katan, what I've been hearing of her as like a person, like her playing Bo-Katan actually has like affected her real life, like in a negative way.
Ah,
She interviewed something that she said that she like lost herself. Like she doesn't her as the actress doesn't have that doesn't resonate with the character, so she's having a really tough time with
Mm.
it. Even though she voiced it, acting it's a different thing. So that's the first time I heard that. It was like 2 weeks ago. Someone close to her let out this story that said that she doesn't want to do Bo-Katan anymore because it really ruined her and her self-esteem. She got out of acting and she's just starting to go back in now. So I don't know. We might see the end of her too. So that might
respect.
be a thing too.
It could be, the same thing with like a early Pedro thing where they keep the helmet on and someone is Bo-Katan and maybe that she voices and someone
Yeah,
does the live
Mm.
action because she just doesn't have to take the helmet off for that moment. Like if it's a cameo or something
that's
like that. But um, I gotta
Yeah,
respect someone's, desire to do what they gotta do.
Yeah, bro, that's the biggest
yeah,
thing, especially in this fandom. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
We've seen what's happened to a lot of early actors, but I mean
What,
that
the meat
to
grinder,
me,
dog?
yeah, for real. It breaks my heart because like Katie Sackhoff, bro, like I haven't seen any of her work outside of um Star Wars, so hearing her in the animation and then seeing her come to live action, love Katie Sackhoff. I mean, I know she's in like Battlestar Galactica, like that was her big thing, but I've never seen that.
Mhm.
Um I wouldn't, expect anything but greatness from it. But it makes me sad because like I really like what she does with Bo Katan. It's very I feel like she's
perfect.
one of yeah, she is perfect with what she does. She's one of the characters that doesn't feel off from animation to live action.
It's
Sometimes
like
there's that
Thrawn.
little bit, it's like Thrawn a little
You get
bit.
a few you get
It's
a few of them that are live action, and they do the voice, they do the live action, and they look like the person low key. It's like, it
right.
doesn't happen often.
Yeah, nah, and that's the thing
Mm-mm.
is like Katie Sackhoff, if she was to see this, it's like you're Bo Katan. No, like no one else could do Bo Katan, so
Like,
Yeah,
that's you.
If Sam Witwer were to do Starkiller, it's like, well, he added to the list, like, voiced it,
Yeah,
looks like him, could do the,
yeah.
like, you know, limited variety.
for real.
Hmm. No, for sure. We haven't talked about Thrawn a lot, actually. Like,
Mhm.
I
My
mean, he
boy.
was he was like semi chill. Yeah, dude, I love like Thrawn. Like, dude, him in the comic, like Thrawn is, for people who don't know, like the heaviness of having Thrawn there. Like, he's like, I don't know, man. He's like three steps above Vader in terms of like his character. Not Anakin
Mm,
Skywalker, the whole saga story, but like Vader himself. Like Thrawn
but
is.
Vader, yeah.
I mean, he's a big character. So like, what is he gonna do? Like, everyone
He's
always
gonna mash the
underestimates
New
this guy. This
Republic.
guy, yeah, he's been sitting so long on this planet. What's he been planning this entire? Like, he's had time just to sit there and plan. Like, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
unfairly happen.
the emperor laughing evil meme. It's like he has so much hate flowing through him, but he's
Yeah,
so politically correct where it's like he wouldn't show it. He's just gonna say something snarky and then, you know, take over the galaxy.
In a way that
yeah.
Palpatine couldn't. That's what's
Mhm.
scarier because it's like
No.
no one's toppling Palpatine, like the big bad of
He
the
doesn't have an
galaxy.
ego.
But yeah, Thrawn, like once the second Ahsoka and the crew on Peridia took out the night troopers and he looked at was it Captain Enoch or Elsbeth? It might have been
Yeah.
Elsbeth and was just like, we take this as a minor loss, but overall we won today. Ahsoka Tano lost. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
he's cold with it,
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, he master tacticianist. He's not, nah,
Elsbeth was
he
like,
ain't.
"Send reinforcements," and he was like, "Nah."
He's like, nah, pull him because we don't need to lose anything else
Dude.
because ultimately they lost. I'm like, what? Nobody
Yeah.
on their team
He wasn't
died.
even worried, dude.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's not worried about none
Our
of that.
heroes gave it their all in that episode. Yeah,
And then
for
check this
sure.
out. You look at Ahsoka season 2, what happened? Now Ahsoka, Sabine, they're stuck on Peridia, and Thrawn's back. Who won?
And
You
the
know
New
what I'm
Republic
saying?
knows because Ezra is gonna be there and be like, "Hey, Hera, like, guess who's back?" Like, the dude I just sacrificed myself to get rid of. Like, we're
Yeah.
both back.
We
Surprise.
we we got Ezra back, right? Everything's fine. Stop.
Uh, yeah,
Stop. Just a kid from
Dude.
Lothal, like LeBron, just a kid from Akron. Stop. It's not the same
and we
thing.
and we still have oh the Dark Apprentice. I forget her name. The blondie.
Shin
Um,
Hati.
Oh,
Shin. Thank you. And
Taylor.
and we
Not,
have
yeah.
the guy who played the Hound who's coming over to play the mentor
R-
role.
Rory
Um,
McCann.
Yeah.
yeah, and so, like, we still need to see
Oh,
that
yeah, the
whole
new
plot
Phantom.
point.
Dude, wait. No. Okay. How's there's this much screen time? We got Anakin Skywalker that's probably gonna be somewhere in there. The Wills are somewhere in this, which was like, George Lucas's end goal that he kind of pulled out. We got the new
Mortis of Gods.
who's
Mhm,
her master? Who died? Who's Balin Skull?
mhm.
Like, there's so many different things that could be in that. There's not enough screen time for all of these major, like, era-ending characters now from all these anime. how are they gonna do this? They're gonna have to like take 5 minutes for every single person in the movie be over. Like I don't even know how they're gonna do this.
Yeah, and apparently Anakin is gonna have a much bigger role. Um, I think, yeah, I
So
think
hyped.
Noah said in the chat that the that Sam Witwer will be playing the son, which that's
Oh.
gonna be fire. Has to happen.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, there it
When's
is.
Ahsoka 2 coming out? When is that
I
coming
think
out?
it's I
Do
think
you
it's
know?
rumored
It's
for
this.
August, September.
It's this year because on Disney Plus it says 2026.
Yeah, after they
Okay.
tried saying it was
So maybe I'm getting
2027.
these.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'm like getting overly excited and trying to mix too many things because there is a separation between the Mando and the
It'll lead
Ahsoka and
into it.
everything.
It
But like,
whatever that reveal is.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
yeah, watch Anakin just come in and like ghost cut off like Thrawn's head or something crazy. It's like just something stupid at the end. Like or
I
like
still hate
take
you.
Grogu. I don't know.
Yeah, you still a bitch, man. Like I'm not messing with you still. Uh Thrawn would be like, who's the Force ghost here? Who's not? That's something slick he would say.
uh, that's
Um
funny.
what's actually
Do they think
crazy
they're?
though? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna
I was gonna
say,
say something though.
remember the MMA fighter, the girl who got fired, like the second season of Mandalorian for talking about whatever, like tweeting about Trump or whatever.
Oh yeah, Gina
What was
Carano,
the yeah,
Cara
do you
Dune.
think like there's yeah, do you think there's any chance that she's gonna like because that was a pretty big character effort. Like people loved her. So like I don't know. Do you think that there's any
I
No,
feel like
possibility that she
I
just
feel like
shows
she's
up
still
in
a
this
touchy
battle?
subject that could mention her name and like maybe say that she's led the Adelphi Rangers to this big expedition, maybe in the movie, but she's still not.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think she's gonna show up.
they
She's
have
about to fight
Sigourney
Ronda
Weaver.
Rousey in real life, so
Yeah,
yeah,
they have
maybe
Sigourney
Sigourney
Weaver
Yeah.
Weaver's the replacement.
because they have her like in the Lego set. She's a big role. Like she's been prominent in the trailers. Like we know she's gonna get like some screen time in this movie. So it's like of the
Yeah,
people available, it's like I think it's most likely gonna be her.
yeah. I think Brandon
Makes
likes
sense.
Shin Hati. If I was to guess, just a guess.
An assumption, bro.
Sorry, I shouldn't make assumptions. Uh, but yeah, dude. I mean,
Yes,
She's an
they're
interesting
good.
character.
she's very interesting. Mike from A Guy Who Loves Star Wars. I mean, the first time we were talking on the podcast, he was like, "What if Abeloth is this big character, which is another character? How do they bring her in to the Mandoverse and not have her have so much screen time?" But he was talking about how maybe she takes over like Shin's body. As if you look at like mock-ups of
Oh,
Abeloth, it's blonde hair, kind of has that stare, like Shin has
Mhm.
those moments where she's like staring at the camera in the show and you're just kind of like, whoa, like she has that look to her. So I don't know, dude. It could be interesting.
I
Ahsoka
think my
season 2 is
concern
going to be
with
wild.
I think my concern with the Abeloth is the Stupendous Wave is like one of the few people who made a video on her like years back. Um,
Yeah.
and it's one of those like introducing Star Killer. It's like she's so OP, dude, where it's um like my buddies are into anime and Jujutsu Kaisen, and there's this thing about Gojo who's just like he's so OP where it's like, why is he even in the show? So it's like you get
Yeah.
this thing with Abeloth where it's like you already got Thrawn, you already got all these people kind of muddling the waters. I think introducing a character like that, like we're already hinting at the son and the father and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that would be like a little extra step. That's like really deep into EU. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's like
think we're
way back.
yeah, we're kind of pouring into Ahsoka too at that point, though.
Mhm.
So like I think it's coming for sure, but I think like it's got to build up to that. So that's why I keep iterating that the Mandalorian is like this chapter close and opening. I think it's going to spring into that. It's going to go into
Yeah.
that, and then this kind of like secluded galaxy where we love and like the Mandalorian carried Star Wars for sure, and I think its job is done. And I think no
Yeah.
matter what, people are always going to buy Baby Grogu because he can stay the same size for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
Um, so I
Yeah.
really think that they're going to do the separation between the Mandalorian and separating between the rebels and separated between the Ahsoka. Like they're gonna like really like make a clear cut on this so they can focus solely on like what you said. Abalon, the sons, and the Wills, and like go that way. So I think that's where it's going.
Yeah. Well, and that's my thing too with the Mandalorian. Do they conclude that story of, Din Djarin and what he's done with a movie? What a cool little ending. You know what I'm saying? You get 3 full seasons
Yeah,
overall that were really, really good, and then you cap it off with a movie. Now going forward, the only time we'll see, if Din makes it, sorry chat, I don't know. I think I'm like 70-25 or 75-25 with Din making it out of this movie. Um but I mean, does it end with Din and Grogu here? And when the next time we see them is going to be in other projects, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, Book of Boba Fett, or then going into the Filoni like end game series now, depending on if it's made into a movie. So I don't know. This could be the last
yeah,
time we see them. We see Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett in the Mandalorian. We see, Fennec Shand in the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett. Like it's all crossed over. So we'll see what
Well,
happens, man.
yeah,
I just don't see how it, doesn't continue there.
well, when you see the Mando and Din, like when you see Din on screen, you don't expect him to lose. Like that. I think that's my thing. Is like at some point they're gonna have to. He will end up losing at some point. But it's like from Mando season 1, season 2, season 3, probably this movie, probably into Ahsoka season 2. Like he's one of those characters where you bring in and it's like, okay, well, like how does that team lose? You know,
Yeah.
like Mando and Grogu don't lose. They may get like hit and knocked down, but like at the end of the episode, at the end of the season, like they're gonna pull it out.
Yeah. Man.
yeah. Grogu's not gonna end up like on fire like Anakin at the end or anything crazy. Um, you know what I heard about when the Mandalorians first started like, coming out is that it was the bridge of the gap between the Return of the Jedi and the sequel trilogy because it took like it takes place 30 years before the sequel trilogy is what to my understanding. So like are they going to use this trailer to just completely, you know, toss on and just move on to Star Wars the Ahsoka 2 and go that way? Or are they going to try to bridge this gap a little bit between like Snoke and the First Order and like this
Mm,
30-year gap of
Hmm.
like Palpatine having a grandson and like all this stuff that like is so messy that we just have no clue what happened or what's going on. Are they going to take the opportunity to like kind of settle something there? I don't
they
know.
could. It'd be a good start because who says we don't get to see a part of Snoke in at the end of all of this? You know what I'm saying? Leading into it.
Yeah.
Because in Mando season 2, when they were at Pershing's little like headquarters on that one base, I can't remember the damn planet. It was the one with the Mithril and Carl Weathers, Cara Dune. So it
Yeah,
was
the
at the end of
snow
season 1,
snow
I believe.
planet. I mean.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they seen that tank that had that like creature in it, and it's just like I think
Maldo
that was an early
Kreese.
Maldo Crease. Cool.
Hmm.
I feel like that was like maybe an early start or an early try at trying to make Snoke, trying to make those Palpatine, vessels for him to go into because that's how you tie this in. I mean, how many loose ends did George Lucas leave open? And then you get, stuff like the Clone Wars that like
Hmm.
enhance and connect to those stories. Like maybe the Mandoverse is what actually
Yeah.
bridges, like you said, how they bridge in, post Return of the Jedi to then, the Force Awakens. So
Well,
yeah,
and
they got a lot to.
Moff Gideon was doing it. He was making clones. Like we saw that. Like they destroyed the base, quote unquote. But it's like that
My
data could
clones.
the
My
data
clones.
the data could exist in the aspect where it's like maybe maybe someone gets it, but it's like that could be why Snoke isn't perfected as the emperor. It's like they're missing some data, but it's like they had 10 Moff Gideon sitting in tubes back there, so it's like that exists. And then in regards to the first order, it's like we're on there's Starkiller base is on a snow planet, so it's like do we get to see the beginning of like how they go about building Starkiller base, or like hey, there's something on this planet, we got to go
Yeah.
scope it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
That's good story building.
they gotta do something. Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, they got.
ooh, with Mando season 3, like, do we all think Moff Gideon's dead? Like, do we think that was it? Did he die?
I think it would
Yeah,
be cheap
he
to
kind of
do
went out.
another. He came back,
It's like he's back again.
got smashed by a
Yeah,
planet.
no,
Let's bring him back.
Beskar
the
can do
coolest thing
wonders,
about
man.
Moff Gideon's death, it would kind of I think the heaviest part of Moff was the that heavy trooper that went out with that the minigun at the end there. Like that was he was more heavy than to me than Moff Gideon. Even though I love the character of Moff Gideon, I just think towards the end there it was like I don't know. He's got to be dead because they made it way too dramatic for him not to be dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Rip our boy
I think
Paz
so too.
Vizsla,
Yeah. Shout out Paz, man.
Paz
John
Vizsla, dude.
Favreau in
What
the
a
Voice,
flesh.
great,
yep. Voiced by John
what
Favreau.
a great character.
And you know what?
Yeah.
In Mando season 3, when Paz went out to the Praetorian Guards, bro, I felt bad. And like Paz Vizsla in previous seasons has really pissed me off because I'm like, bro, you're not the main character. Step back a little bit. Like, I
Why'd they
don't
just
care
close the
that.
door, dog? Like,
Yeah, he's like, this is the way.
It's
It's like,
saving them.
bro, run away. It's okay to run away sometimes,
Yeah.
bro. You'd still be
it's like
alive.
it's like Eddie from Stranger Things. Spoiler alert. It's like I'm gonna go sacrifice myself for no reason. It's like, bro, just step behind the wall. Like, what do you
Yeah. Let
Yeah.
Dusty Buns do
No.
everything. You'd still be alive.
let Mando walk out there and win like he's supposed to?
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grogu go Super Saiyan out there.
That's another connection though to the
What?
sequel trilogy is the Praetorian Guards. That was like the first look at them going, into like what we see in The
Yeah,
Last
you're right.
Jedi. So that's dope.
There are, man. They were like they're testing it, like trying to like tiny little things. So I think this is when they're finally be like, all right, let's just bridge this gap. Let's like I don't know if we're gonna see like Snoke come in. And like who knows what we could someone's coming in that we're not expecting. It can't just be I mean, maybe Thrawn could do it. He could be the big bad guy, and we would accept that because it's Thrawn. But like, I think they're gonna have to throw something crazy there at the end. I think this movie's gonna have to be really big and a really big cliffhanger and a really big loss of Star Wars for us to want more. So
Yeah, you
They
that's where I
could
think they
that's a
kind of have
good
to go with it.
good point.
they could fit in anything, dude. The galaxy is so big. They could just be like, oh, on this random planet on the backside of the outer rim, we had this secret base where this is going on. It's like there's so much they could do and so much that they could pull, especially since they're kind of testing the expanded universe waters. It's like, all right, man, like we need a new planet. All right, established. Let's like,
Yeah.
done.
Dude,
Established. Yeah, just don't
something I
multiverse
was
us.
thinking
That's all.
too, how crazy would it be? And this is like a flash to season 1. Me and the homie Misa Bricks were talking last night, and it's just like we're just like throwing ideas out. So in season 1 of The Mandalorian, you see Grogu force choke Cara Dune, right? And the look on his face, he was like,
Oh,
frowning, like had the evil eyes on him. Not Sith eyes, but he had evil eyes.
The poopy
And
pants face.
literally.
like
So what if when Din dies in this movie, if he does, Din could make it out. But let's say Din does die. Does Grogu let out the dark side? Does it just cloud him with the hate and he just like blows shit up? Or like in season 2, when we meet Ahsoka, she talks about how when he left Order 66, his mind went dark. So we know that he has dark side
mm,
tendencies only,
hmm
due to trauma. So if he sees Din die and can't rescue him, how do you think Grogu's gonna feel? What if he turns dark and just absolutely obliterates everything? And then
I,
now, like, I don't know, dude, that would be
I
absolutely crazy.
I think we could see it, but I don't think they would go through with it. Like I think it would be something where Din is laying there or something, and he kind of like touches Grogu's shoulder or something like that, and it's like no, like
You
and
have to
it's
go
like
on, buddy.
yeah, like
Ah!
it's like he's choking somebody, and then it's like like Mando grabs his shoulder or something, and then it's like okay, drop. It's like that's not me. Like
Dude, could you imagine? Bro, could
and then
you?
the like
Okay,
hand falls off the shoulder. Oh, deep.
Jabba gets choked out, right, and dies, right? We've seen
yeah.
a hut with his tongue out. What if Grogu is like force choking the twins, bro, up in the air?
Like
And Din's like, "Hey, bro, chill out. Don't do
Ah.
that." And then he just like drops him because it's like the twins can't go on. And plus, like, it is like like heard of to kill a Hut. Like you almost have to have permission to kill a Hut. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I mean, Leia,
Yeah.
Before you
she's
Luke
just a
Skywalker.
baller like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
But
Yeah, you're a Skywalker.
Grogu, this little dude killed a Hut, and it was just like now the Hut cartel is like looking for Grogu. I feel like that would be just insane. But
No,
I
because
don't
they're
know,
gonna help.
dude.
They're gonna help Rhoda. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
that's true.
he's supposed to be the inherit to the clan. So you get rid
Right.
of the twins
Mm,
who usurped him, and it's like, hey, I gave you your clan back. Like me and you were good. You and I like were one and one.
That'd be dope. That'd be nice.
Like the Hut clan owes me.
Yeah, it's like, bro, my dad was running shit on Tatooine, and you're
He
telling me I
saved
can't
your
have it?
life.
That's
Yeah.
mine. Like, where are these twins back at in the
yeah.
original trilogy? I only saw one Hut. It was Jabba. I didn't see no
Yeah.
twins, cousins or not.
Yeah. No.
Give me that.
Bastard child.
Um,
There.
yeah, that's a good point
Where's
too.
where's I forgot
Malone
about
says,
that.
"Do
That
you think
gladiator.
Yoda's master?" Huh.
Go ahead.
Hmm.
I want to hear the chat. I can't see it.
The I don't want to butcher the first name, but Malone Y7K says, "Do you think Yoda's master is going to be in it?" So it's that one guy that asks Grogu if he's scared, and then he shakes his head yes, and then he's like, you should be, right? So there are some speculation that that is like the same species as Yoda's master, but I don't think it is his
Mm,
master because, from what we know in canon, Yoda speaks the way he does because of his master. He like, to kind of prolong his uh he's like paying homage basically. But I don't think that's Yoda's master per se, but it could be the same species and maybe in relation of some sort. But that also brings up a good topic of discussion too, because what do we think if Grogu does get separated and we see him meditating in the little forest, which to me looks like Nal Hutta. I don't know where else it would be. It could be
yeah.
Dagobah or some were saying Kashyyyk. I mean, who knows? We'll know in the movie. But and then he's also walking around with a cane, kind of like Yoda did. So do we think that there's going to
Mm,
be a moment where he calls out to Luke or he gets channeled to Yoda and they kind of have a moment? Because dude, Yoda on the big screen again, some people said that that was the redeeming quality in The Rise of Skywalker, was finally seeing Yoda. Like so many people were like, okay, I didn't really like The Rise of Skywalker, but Yoda coming in, and plus he had a strong quote.
yeah.
So I don't know, dude.
And his
What would
original
we think?
form too.
Yeah, yeah,
I
the little
I,
puppet.
I think, dude, I didn't even thought about that. I didn't know anything about Yoda's master, nor did I've ever think about that. But like, man, that. Oh man, that's such a big thing. That okay,
It'd be crazy, man.
you
You
guys
want
got to
to?
talk because I got to think about this now. I got to think
Well,
about
No,
this.
you're good.
they took him specifically to a temple to enhance the force ability. They went to that temple in Southern California where it was like, hey, sit on top of this rock. Um, and we saw the force channel. Like there was that portal, basically that force field that
Yeah.
was around him as he's using the force. So it's like, could that be something where it's like, hey, we have another temple, we find it, and then that's where he has that interaction with Yoda, or the interaction with a Force ghost of a past, maybe master or someone he trained with at the temple, where it's like, like,
Yoda, what the fuck?
but,
Reality
um,
check time for real. Yeah, that's what it
um,
would be.
but it's like, he's
No,
sitting
you
in that
just
portal, and it's like we let him have that experience, whatever it may be.
yeah, you just kind of reminded me from like the original point that I made of the Empire Strikes Back feel that I've seen in here. You saying that thing about Yoda, and then maybe we're in the Dagobah. Maybe what Dave Filoni's end goal is for the Mandalorian is to tie, this wide space that we found ourselves in with Star Wars. That a lot of great new things, but maybe he's really gonna try to like tie a lot of things back into the original trilogy roots. Like maybe he wants to reel it back a little bit. Maybe just this opportunity because it's a good ending to bring some Empire Strikes Back, to bring Dagobah back, to bring Yoda back, to bring a good reason to bring all these things back that he'll never have the chance to do this specifically in this time again. So maybe he wants to ground us first before we get into the wills. That
Mm.
could be a good opportunity for him to really, really come back to the original trilogy.
Yeah, man. That could be a good shout. I mean, keeping it I mean, and it's not like it's a stretch or they're trying to be like, "Oh, let's tie it all back," but they're still in that same universe. The Empire Strikes Back was only like 8 years before this, or yeah,
Hmm.
like 8 years before.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're not too far out there. Um, what's up, Jedi Star Wars chat? How's it going, bro? I Yeah, I think it would just be insane because it's still close to home, and plus John Favreau being the director he is, he could really flex some of that work and be like, "Look, we know what happened in the original trilogy. Let's keep it close and use Yoda." I mean, who would be mad? Like seriously, who would be mad if Yoda showed up in this movie? And
Well, and
seeing
it's
him
Yeah.
talk to Grogu, they're the same species. Have we ever seen Yoda and Yaddle talk like in a show or in a movie? Like we haven't seen them two talk, and then now we have this third Yoda Yaddle species. Like seeing them actually
Yeah.
have like a conversation or a connection of some sort, that would just absolutely do numbers. I mean, all the old heads that are in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, seeing Yoda, they'd be like, "Oh my god," like I'm 10 years old again, seeing Yoda on the big screen. Or like when we saw Yoda on the big screen, he was front flipping backwards, fighting Palpatine, fighting Dooku, and it's just like it brings all those fans together, and now we get to see him in a new era. And plus, like the kids who grew up with the sequels, they only seen him like as a Force ghost, just in a little bit of Rise of Skywalker, but still like that a character like Yoda, man, that would just be insane. And seeing him
well,
give Grogu some guidance,
well, and it's
crazy.
like they make it seem like the empire lasted 100 years, and it's like, the empire only lasted like 23, 24 years, something like that. Like it wasn't a long period of time. That's a lifetime for people. So it's like, people still have that. Well, maybe not as much, but like that remembrance of like the Republic, of the Clone Wars, of things like that. Like, the Jedi were thousands in the galaxy. It's not like they just like
Yeah,
weren't a
there's so
thing. So
many.
it's like, there's gonna be stories and things like that, remembrance of people who helped out on different planets, on different campaigns and things like that. So you could pull like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing this, we're gonna correlate it to this or something like that.
Yeah, bro. I
Oh,
mean,
guys, I got an intruder.
it's Grogu.
Oh
Ah.
no, it is. It's my Grogu. Oh my gosh.
That's so
Well, I
funny.
am sorry. I looks like I have to cut this off early because my little one is not going to get out of here.
Nah, you're good,
Hey
man.
man,
That's
yeah, you do
fine.
what you gotta do, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, can you say hi to everybody? Okay. All
He
right.
said, nah.
Deuces, dog.
Yeah, have a
Well,
good one,
great. It was
man.
great talking to you guys. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, and I hope to be back on soon again. Okay.
Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, we'll have you on. Chat, say deuces to a Star Wars collector. And thanks for joining us, man. This was a good episode today, man. Appreciate it.
Of course,
Yes,
man. Lots
sir.
of unfinished business here. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
All
have
right.
a great
See you
day, my
guys.
man.
But yeah, dude, I mean, who would have thought we would have got Grogu on the stream? Like, come on, guys. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
spoiler alert.
so let's dive back in with the chat. Yeah, so Jedi or Star Wars Jedi chat, Yoda's the GOAT. Duh.
Yep.
He's out there. I'm pretty sure Yoda and Yaddle had talks privately at times. Are you being funny or are you being dead serious? Do we think Grogu is their child? Nah, it can't be. Could you imagine Yoda being like, can't lead into attachments, Anakin. You can't stop it.
Yeah. What's going on, Ian?
Meanwhile, him and Yaddle have like this entire relationship that was just on the side. I don't know. It would be pretty crazy. Mando
Yeah.
United agreed. Super Bowl purpose ad. Yeah.
Yeah.
After all that talking, I'm sitting here thinking, so outside of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, it's going to be kind of hard for us to be like, okay, what do we think exactly is going to happen? It's always fun theorizing and making predictions, but if I was to have a huge end game result for this entire Mandoverse, imagine Thrawn getting backed into a corner to where he gets on the Chimera and is trying to leave, right? Whatever planet or whatever they're on. Imagine Grogu or Bo-Katan or somebody hopping on the Mythosaur and it rises up and just rips apart the Chimera and like throws it down on the ground. Explosion. Thrawn is done. Do you
That'd
think that's
be
a
low.
baller way of going out?
Dog, I'd be so bitter if they took out my boy like that. Like, I've been waiting so long for Thrawn to come back, and then it's like, if they were just to get rid of him like that, I'd just be sitting in my chair, like, that would be like I get up and walk out type of thing. Like, I'm so mad, dog.
It's
Um,
like Jonah Hill, that one meme where he's just like,
yeah, exactly. And so it's like, I don't know, I think there's so much they could do, but it's like, again, the Mythosaur was a thing, and it's you can't just pretend like it didn't happen. Like, that's like a
yeah,
and if he's the heir apparent to Mandalore and all that stuff, if that's what we're gonna play into, like there's gonna be some attachment with that. But it's like again, Thrawn has his own thing coming with season 2. Like as much as it's the Ahsoka show, like to me it's Thrawn season 1 kind of thing.
yeah,
Um, but I don't know, man.
yeah, dude. That's what I think though. Is like with the Mandoverse, they need to stretch it out over time,
Mhm.
just because you don't really want it to be. You don't want it to be rushed. I mean, what was it? 2019 when the Mandalorian came out. I mean, you could. It's almost been 8 years, 7 years now of just this storyline, these characters that we're familiar with, and Ahsoka coming out now 3 years ago. God, that's crazy. Why'd they wait so long? Um, and Skeleton Crew, Book of Boba Fett.
Mhm.
Man, that's been 4 years. So now we're finally getting something else in the Mandoverse outside of Skeleton Crew, and I really think that this can really go forward. But when you have a character like Thrawn, when you have a character like Ahsoka, and now Anakin's Force Ghost, you gotta prolong the story just a little bit longer. That way, it's very well deserving. Like at least make it like a 15-year gap.
Yeah.
If the Mandoverse ends in like 2034, I'm okay with that because that's 7 more years of this story. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I just really think it's gonna be good. And plus, like, depending on how old Tamora Morrison gets by that time, and if he wants to come, well, of course he wants to come back, but like this is a good way to send out the infamous bounty hunter and in a big battle against the people who did him wrong. That would be a cool way to send out legacy characters like Boba Fett. Does Hera survive? Does Ezra survive? Does
Yeah.
Ezra pull a Kanan and sacrifice himself for his people? I don't know, dude, but
Ezra's
this
like,
this is a
"I've
good
learned this, but
timeline.
I saw this before.
Yeah,
I
for
know what
real,
to
dude.
do."
It's like no.
Yeah, no,
um
I mean, I think one of the things is a great point. It's like I don't want while I think it's a two-edged sword. Like I want projects to be not rushed, but it's like I would like to see more of this, but I don't want their stories to be cut short. It's like,
yeah,
I want to see Thrawn for the next 5, 6, 7 years, but it's like, can they do that? Like, does the does the Star Wars continuum allow for them to do a Heir to the Empire that lasts that long?
yeah, yeah, that is true. um Man,
Because
I
it's like
really,
it's a galaxy. It's like, we don't have a idea of scale in that regards, but it's like to control the galaxy as one did the Empire, the Republic, it's like you have to have a presence on how many
yeah,
planets? It's like,
yeah, dude. I don't know. The more I think about it, I don't see Den making it, bro. I think this is it. I think this is the time where he goes is in this movie. I don't think he goes further.
yeah, I don't know,
I
man.
just have a feeling. I have a feeling. The way he gets his helmet ripped off and he's just like, I would presume it's the Huts that he's looking at all pissed off. Like I just don't see how he makes it out, bro. And then Grogu goes on the side mission in the trailer where he dips off with the Anzellans. And it's not
Yeah,
like he can go grab Bo Katan again like he did in season 3. And
can't go
this
get
is like an
Ahsoka.
actual, yeah, it's like an
Ahsoka's
actual
off
threat.
planet.
Plus, as much as I love Luke Skywalker, I think it would just be just a smidge lame if Grogu like went out and got Luke and then Luke comes and saves the day. He's already saved the day. He doesn't need to do it again. And I feel like for this would be Grogu's time to mature even faster and elevate his character for us because he's like a baby in our eyes. He's doing cool shit, but he's not like what is the biggest thing that he's done in the story, outside of rescuing Mando from the Mudhorn. Like that was probably the biggest thing that he did where I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
this is a new legacy character now going forward."
Mhm.
But he I really do think he's going to call out through the force and like kind of ask for help. And this is where he sees like maybe Luke channels to him through the Force and tells him, "Here's the person you need to talk to. It's the person who helped me." Chills throughout the whole body, and it's just like Master Yoda just shows up sitting on a log. It's just like looking at Grogu, and it's like, what, man? Like, I feel like my mind would be blown, even
Look
though I
like
think
me,
that's
you
gonna
do.
happen. Yeah. Little version of me you are, like,
But
ah, dude, that'd be
what
so
if he
cool.
went on the what if he went to find the path and like meet up with Quinlan and meet up with Asajj and like find these two almost like Ronin style Jedi where it's like we're not really light side, we're not really dark side. We've dabbled with both of them. This
Teetered a
is
little
kind of
bit,
what
yeah.
yeah, this is kind of what we are, and this is what we do to survive. Like, we're helping people along the way. It's almost like a futuristic knight. It's like we're helping the innocent, like we're helping these people that are oppressed. Like, you know, that could be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think that could work out. The only thing I mean, you know me, I would love to see Quinlan and Asajj come back, but the only thing I think with me is if the way Quinlan goes out whenever he does, I want it to be at the hands of Vader. I want it to be that one
Yeah.
person that
Yep.
if they're gonna take Quinlan out, it's gonna be Vader, which that would be absolutely fire. Um, but I don't know,
I'm
dude.
sick
There's
of
so
seeing
many
Vader get
things.
embarrassed on live TV, dog. I'm sick of it. They got to do my boy right.
Yeah, I know, dude. And
Only the
that I
video
mean,
games do him well.
I know. Yeah, I know, like, spoiler alert. I know when, like, he takes out Sear, it's just like Sear was whooping, bro. I'm like, "Stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop."
No, like let's if we that's where it's like sidebar, but it's like if we were to get a expand like if we were to get something that actually showed like live action Vader as he was supposed to be portrayed in the comics and in the expanded universe, it'd be too much. It would be like a horror movie. It's like but that would be sweet to see him go on his trials of like going to kill that Jedi to obtain his lightsaber, to bleed the crystal. He's still half bionic, like, he doesn't have his full suit. Anyways, I'm preaching, but
No, it's all good. It's all valid. What's up, Carbonites in the building? Nice
dude,
for you to join us. Yeah, it is time for Vader to slime some. You know what's crazy though? I mean, I feel like with the Mandalorian and Grogu, I mean, more and more is gonna come out. Maybe we get like another little trailer, like just one last little one before the movie. I really think that this is gonna go forward with marketing. I think marketing is gonna be through the roof now. We already got the toys, which has always done wonders for Star Wars since the late 70s. And now we got the
we
full
got the
trailer.
we got the
People are
full
hyped.
Lego set wave dedicated to the movie, like, that doesn't
Yep.
happen often.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I don't even think the sequels got
Mm-mm.
as much wave based, like sets that came out. It was kind of like over time. Um, but my little sidebar is with Maul, since they're doing a 2 episode release every, Tuesday. I think it's every Tuesday night. Um, I'll have to fact check that. But um, what do we okay, so the last episode is gonna stream on May 4th. So
Sweet.
imagine May 4th being this big boom and we get to see Vader pop in the finale and fight Maul. And somehow Maul gets away. Something happens. Maybe he kills the Devon character in front of Maul, like his little
Mhm.
Padawan, and then that's how Maul's able to get away, like run away from Vader. But how, dude? May 4th, Star Wars Day, getting Vader whooping Darth Maul in animated series. How Star Wars Day is that?
Listening to Sam Witwer just, like, act his lungs out,
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh my, it's gonna be
It's gonna be
incredible.
perfect. I can't
Yeah, so a
wait.
Star Wars Day that ends with Vader would be incredible, dude.
And I'm also hoping we get a freaking Tales of the something before then. Or you know what? Lucasfilm drop Tales of whatever like in 2 weeks. That way we can get all that and then go into Mall Shadow Lord. Because I don't think they're gonna drop two animated things on the same day. I know the Bad Batch and Tales of
Mm,
the Empire overlapped, but I don't
yeah,
think they
but
need to
Bad
do
Batch
all
was
that.
the major project. It's
Yeah.
like you could tell.
Mm. Damn, dude. Yeah, I think that would be so gas. Hey man, Maul Shadow Lord. I'm just like looking at the cast and I'm like, let's go. It's gonna be so good.
It's
Dude,
gonna be good, dude.
I'm ready for the Inquisitors. I'm ready for Maul. I'm ready for Vader. It's gonna happen. Maybe we'll see Palpatine like initiate Vader, like
Yeah,
go
go
get
find him.
my old Padawan, that piece of shit. He keeps
Yeah,
fucking shit up.
he knows the rule of 2. It's not
Yeah,
no rule of 4.
yeah, get his ass.
Stand like guard
Um,
dog.
get off the leash. Go get his ass. Hux might show up. Yeah, dude. Dude, if
Yeah.
like it would be like young Armitage Hux, but Brendel Hux is Pops. He's in that Shadow
You're the
Council, dude.
mole.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be great. Bad Batch was already teased at the end of Clone Wars season 7. Yeah, that's true.
Bad Batch was so
Such
good.
yeah,
Clone Wars
such a
season
good.
7 was so good.
Yeah. And what's crazy, it was so good, but it could have been even better, which makes no sense. Like with the Maul arc, like the Son of Dathomir arc, um freaking Dark Disciple, Quinlan and Asajj, the Boba Fett versus Cad Bane, where Boba gets his infamous dent in his helmet. So many cool things. But yeah, bro. Fuck. But yeah, dude. So I feel like that kind of wraps up this Sunday, guys. If you made it this far, appreciate all of you. I mean, there's 10 of you in here right now. Appreciate every single one of you. But if you're watching the replay, be sure to let us know in the comments. We still check the comments even after the live stream has ended. So let us know what we think of the Mandalorian and Grogu or anything in the Mandoverse. Because like when we had Star Wars Collector on, we were going all over the place in the Mandoverse. The only thing we didn't
Yeah.
really talk about was Skeleton Crew. It did get a mention, but it wasn't, in there too long. I Haja, fashionably late, but never a problem, bro. Never a problem.
Always in the building.
But yeah, John, preach to the choir, bro. Let them know what's going on with you, bro.
Nothing much, man. We are almost at we're at 400 subscribers on Instagram, 500. We're doing a giveaway. We're gonna tease that here a little bit with some lightsaber videos. But we'll be giving that one of those out to the public. Other than that, man, it's a good Sunday, man. We're here. Great podcast. I loved having all the people, like all the comments. It's incredible to not talk to each other for 1 hour every day, every Sunday. So it's like, having the
Yeah.
variety is always great. But no, man, it's good. Happy to have everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, shit, April 6th is a Monday. I work Monday nights. Damn. So John and I were gonna do a watch party for Maul Shadow Lord, but that would be ridiculous to watch those at midnight when I get home and would be able to get showered and all Gucci for the stream. So we're gonna have to figure out something else. Great. Hey, Ron, thank you for telling me, or no, it was Master Solus. Thank you for telling me that terrible news. I'm gonna go cry after the stream.
Take a
Damn.
long shower.
Why would they drop on Mondays? No. I mean, that'd be a great way to start the week. But even I won't even be able to watch it and pay attention until I get home. Great.
You can't open social media all day, dog.
Damn. That's crazy. Oh well, we'll be okay. We'll be all right. We'll figure something out. We'll still review it. John and I will, go over it. Maybe we can invite Andy from the Galactic Core or Why So City's podcast, because that would be fun to get, as many heads together as possible to talk about it. But yeah, I try to stay Gucci all the time, bro. I try to. That is a true Jedi Master. This is the way, absolutely. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. We will yeah, let me tell my GM, like, hey, I can't work Mondays for like a month,
You don't
bro.
understand. You don't understand, boss.
Like, listen. Oh god, he would make fun of me and I'd just be like, "You know what? I'm a nerd, bro, and you know this. You know this, man."
My bad. I got a life, dog.
Yeah, for real. But with all that being said, guys, thank you for chiming in this week. And like it says at the bottom, live every single Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And be sure to follow us at the Boba Fett on Instagram and at Claim Brandalorian on Instagram. And whether you're watching on Claim Brandalorian or the Boba Fett YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Replays, of course, be sure to comment. We read those. So we'll see you on the next one. All right. We'll see you next Sunday.
You guys have a great day. Great Sunday.
Be good, everybody.